Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 47 of Survival of Fitted. It's an in-person episode today. You're listening to your boy Joe Williams, aka the man, the myth, the legend, and I got my man next to me, Ian Pierno. We have none other than a special guest in the building today.
That's right. We have a guest. Add the air horn sound right here in post, Scott.
Yes, sir.
We are out here with Mamadou Ba.
Yes, sir. How are you
And
guys?
I'm good, man.
Doing good, man. Doing good.
If y'all don't know who Mamadou is, you're behind, but we can get you acquainted. Mamadou, who are you? What are you known for in this space? Give us like the elevator pitch on you.
Elevator pitch. My name is Mamadou Ba. I am originally from Guinea, West Africa, and I grew up in Detroit. Moved to LA in 2016, and I'm a fashion designer. I own the brand Sabon. Been running it strong for 3 years now. I'm just trying to keep it going, you know?
So how do you pronounce your brand? Because I was struggling off camera. I was trying to figure it out. Ian was trying to help me.
How do you pronounce it?
Yeah. Because I was saying Cestbon.
For a while, I said Cestbon. And then one day I was actually with John and he was like, that's not it. I was like, it's not Esteban. And he was like, no, you're an idiot.
No, it's Sabon.
Cestbon.
Yes.
And what does that mean?
It means it's good in French.
You speak French?
Yeah.
We love a multilingual. Is that the word?
Bilingual, I think it's what it's called.
Bilingual. We love a bilingual man. So tell us, your brand has obviously been on a ton of NBA players for a while. In the past, I think people would probably know it if you've seen like the tactical pants with the reflective knee. On everyone, Harry Giles, Shay, pretty much anyone you can really think of, even Kuzma. But now like Saban's kind of in a new stage, right? Like you're working on some new things. Tell us a little bit like how you started getting your clothes on basketball players, the pants, and where it's going.
I mean, originally I started it. I gave out like 600 t-shirts to like all my close like friends and family, 300 white ones.
600 t-shirts?
300 white t-shirts with the pink logo on the front, and then 300 black t-shirts with the green logo on the front. Gifted them to like everyone that I knew, just to like build brand presence that way. And Shay was actually the first one to wear it in the tunnel his rookie season. And that kind of brought traction that way, but I dropped it and I literally only sold like 5 t-shirts online. I was like, okay, like the marketing piece.
Okay, 2 things there. Number 1, 600 people.
Yeah.
Like you were able to give away 600 t-shirts. Like you have 600 homies.
Yep. I mean, some people got doubles, like one of each color, but yeah.
Damn. Okay.
That's crazy.
And then I think my second question is you just casually brought up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's arguably the biggest star on LeagueFits. So obviously like that's important to us. How did you become an honorary member of the Alexander Canadian royal family?
Yeah, like I said, met Shay before he went to the league and just been mad tight ever since. And
no, we want to know the story. How'd you guys meet?
Working at Round 2.
Oh, for real? Yeah. So is that what you were doing in LA when you moved out?
Yeah. Well, originally I was working at another sneaker store that I don't like to speak of anymore. Just our relationship isn't there anymore.
Yeah, fuck them. No free clout.
No, but Round 2, I wholeheartedly rock with them forever. But I was working there from like 2017 to mid 2019, and just met people that way, working the retail space while also trying to figure out my thing.
But like set the scene, like, so you're like in Round 2, Shay walks in. Did you like know who he was? What did he cop? Like,
I knew who he was because my roommate J-Mac is from Kentucky, so he is huge Kentucky basketball. He honestly made me an honorary Kentucky fan that way.
Yeah.
Even though I'm from Michigan, so I love Michigan State, but I would say I watch Kentucky more now. But yeah, knew who he was through that way, just chopped it up, asked him like what he wanted from the store, and then we exchanged info and just been tight ever since. Yeah, I would say, I mean, I've met a few NBA guys before then. Like, I've been close with PJ Tucker since like 2015 and a few other guys. But as far as like strong, like my brother relationship, the Gilgeous family would be my strongest relationship for sure.
That's hard.
My brothers.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because your sneaker, which I need to know the whole story, but basically there was a Saban Jordan collab, and there was like only like 100 pairs made.
Yeah, only 100. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like pretty rare because like Joe, like when you think of like Nike and Jordan collabs, like what do you think of like the brands they've collabed with? It's like
you think of like the Dior's of the world and
Supreme, Louis.
Yeah.
So it was like a huge deal. Like you're in like this like elite class, like your brand, like
forever. Yeah.
How did that come to happen?
I mean, I've had a relationship with the brand since like 2016. Like it started with my friend Drew, who lives in Portland now. He's a visual artist. I'm pretty sure I introduced you to him a few times, Ian.
Mm-hmm.
And he would take meetings at Nike, just pitching random ideas, and then eventually like brought me along. I would fly to Portland maybe like once or twice a year. Because I actually wanted to work at Nike before I started like my own brand.
Yeah.
So I was just how I could do that, take informational meetings, but the people that I met up there was like, nah, you don't want to work here. Like you're gonna elevate way more if you did your own thing as opposed to like actually working corporate, you know? But maintain those relationships. And then this was like, I think, fast forward to 2019 or 2020, I can't remember. End of 2019, I posted the Jordan 34 of me playing basketball in it. And one of the brand reps that I knew literally hit me up, was like, yo, it'd be crazy to see a Mamadou PE. I was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, let's do it.
but hold up. Like when you read that message, cause if I got that message from a Nike rep, I'd be like, tee hee, haha, LOL, like jokes, like haha, definitely, we should totally do it. But I would have thought it was a joke. You were like, what did you think?
The tone that it was set, I knew it was serious. I mean, just because he kind of mentioned it a few times before, but I didn't take it as seriously. But this time he was like all caps, like, yo, it'd be crazy to see a Mamadou PE. So we started the email thread. They sent over all the assets and we worked on it from scratch like that whole year.
I think we got to talk about what the people really want to know, because I know you referenced that you were hooping, but the streets are talking and the streets are saying that Ian Pierno beat you in the game of 1-on-1. And I want to know the logistics, the details, and the information on said event, because I think that's what the culture really wants to know.
Are you saying how me and Ian played basketball?
I was told that Ian beat you and was Vanilla DeRozan.
I have a torn ACL 3 times. So that is my excuse as to why this man beat me 1-on-1. And I will stand on that. For
what it's worth, I will say Mamadou is a better basketball player than me. And anyway, back to the sneaker. So you said it took like a year to develop. And it's a Mamadou PE, which is crazy because when I think of PEs, I think of like Devin Booker's Kobe PE and PJ Tucker's, like, you know what I'm saying?
As far as the PEs, you literally only think of like basketball players, but we were trying to make it a fashion shoe, but that could live on the basketball court as well. You know? Right.
And that brings me to like the design of it. We'll definitely have to like post this clip on social and include some photos of the shoe. But like, talk to me like what the design of the shoe was inspired by, because there's lots of colors in there, and even like the packaging is insane.
So the design of the shoe was just my journey of coming from West Africa to America, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was doing like research and trying to figure out the direction and story that I wanted to tell with that sneaker. I was like, well, I've kind of had to deal with a lot of things in my life, but I never per se gave up. Like,
right.
I wanted to be since I was in high school, you know, and that didn't pan out, but I figured out a different direction through fashion to take that NBA space, you know? So when I was doing research, like I said, I noticed that the LA flag and the Guinea flag were literally almost identical as far as like colors and tones and stuff. And
shit.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. I didn't even know that. So I was like, oh shit, okay, maybe this is like why I am in LA, because they're both on the west coast of each continent, and it's just the parallels like tie in. So we
Yeah.
wanted to tell that. And then if you notice how there's like the grainy situation on the side panels of the sneaker, that was sand, because growing up in Africa and here, I enjoy going to the beach, you know?
Right.
So it's like story of how sand correlates into time, and like how you have to take time through everything and just not rush your process.
Dude, I love there's a phrase for this, but I don't know it. But I love like little chicken nuggets like that, where it's like, it's if you know, you know, like if you just see this, like the sneaker or fashion piece or whatever, you're like, oh, this looks sick, without like any background information. But then you get some background information, you're like, oh, this is sand. This was inspired by these flags, like, and then it means a little bit more. Like I love that. And then the box of that sneaker was insane too. Like I've obviously been wearing Nikes and Jordans my whole life. And I've never seen an unboxing experience quite like the one that came along with your sneaker.
Thank you. But that box, so like that whole shoe was designed in a group chat with me, the homie Garrett, who works on Saban with me, and then Larry and Noel. Those are my two guys. One of them lives in Chicago. The Chicago guy actually designed the box, hand laser cut it. Each box took 2 hours to cut. So
what?
He designed, yeah, he took 2 hours on each box.
And how many boxes were there? 100 boxes, right?
100 boxes.
For that box, the special box, we only made 25.
Oh,
that's
even
still
more
40
rare.
hours, bro. That's a work week, unless you're Joe, because Joe probably puts in
100.
All the details, like we're aligned on telling that story that we wanted to get across, you know?
Wow, that's insane. So obviously like that shoe drop, there was some like insane hype. I know like it was getting coverage from like Slam Kicks, Complex Sneakers, like in all these places. But I have to imagine cooler than seeing like it posted anywhere was the day that an NBA player wore it in an NBA basketball game, not on the bench, a player who played in a game, scored points. Just like tell me what that's like to see the Mamadou PE on an NBA player in a real NBA game.
It's honestly surreal, because literally it just takes me back to that moment of like, yo, I technically didn't make it to the NBA, but somehow like my name is on that court.
Yeah, and it was MSG, right? It was Gilgeous-Alexander Walker, I think, at the Knicks.
And what's funny is like the day he found out the boxes came in, it was like, yo, FedEx me that next day right now. I'm going to wear it to MSG. So I had to rush back home from the office and go straight to FedEx to get that out before the cutoff time, you know? And it made
Damn. That's insane. The first like basketball court that your sneaker ever touched is Madison Square Garden.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So like moving on though, like there's so much like in the future for your brand. I know that you've been cooking up some new things. As a matter of fact, I even put Thanasis in one of your t-shirts and one of your mohair cardigans. Where's the brand going, and how is like basketball playing a role in that, whether it's marketing or just inspiration?
I mean, I'm seeing it like I'm still gonna keep doing what I'm doing, like as far as just maintaining that basketball space, but I'm trying to take it to like high fashion level. So I'm trying to be consistently showing in Paris Fashion Week. So just everything's gonna be more intricate and like detail oriented now, not just screen printing t-shirts and hoodies anymore, you know?
Right. And that makes a lot of sense. I've seen some of the samples of the stuff you're working on, and like the mohair cardigan was probably A, the heaviest, and B, the softest cardigan I've ever like laid my eyes on or touched.
So
like there's
in your hand and it does on your body, which is weird.
Yeah.
But
What's it like? How long does it take to develop a product like that? Because I think anyone can really mock up like a t-shirt on Illustrator pretty quickly. But like, what's the process of making like an individual like piece like that? Like, you know, getting like these dimensions right, getting the right fabrics. Like, how long does it take to develop like one staple piece?
4 months to develop. But even like our initial practical pants, it took us like 6 months to develop that.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I have a pair of the tactical pants, and
I need a
there's
pair.
hella pockets. You can put like a debit card in one. You can put like, I don't know, like a little mini goldfish pack in another.
So you need the Janko jean
So
pockets.
you know how people used to wear like the crossbody bags?
Yeah, I mean, I still do. Is that not cool anymore?
It's not.
I mean, I did too. But I felt like that was just taking away from fits just because you couldn't really wear it with everything.
Valid.
So, okay, how can I make a cargo pant cool while also removing the bag from people's spaces? So I just put other pockets on pants.
You're just rendering the bag unnecessary.
Yeah, literally.
Got you. You brought up showing in Paris, and obviously the brand's name is French. Would you just, when you're in Paris, do you tell people the brand is it's good, and then people are like, "What's that mean?" And you're like, "C'est bon."
No. You just keep it exactly how it is.
But like it doesn't, because like right now Saban is so cool because like we have to be like, hey, like what does that mean? Like in France, like this is my marketing pitch. Like me and Joe can be consultants for the brand. I think when you show at Paris Fashion Week, you should make it it's good, and then the French people will have to ask what that means. And you'll be like, it's American, or not even American. It's English. It's English.
I mean, that's such a like common phrase in France that they know exactly what it means in English. You know?
Oh,
yeah.
unfortunate.
I had a pop-up out there in 2019, and that was like my first entry into like Fashion Week, and I was like, okay, this is what I actually want to be in, but actually doing runway shows and not just pop-ups, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing. Would you ever let Joe walk in a runway show?
Absolutely. Before he even answers the question, the answer is yes.
Oh, you got it. Why not?
Yep. You love to see it. I will 100% be there in France.
I would love to see that. Yeah. And I think one thing, like obviously basketball has been like really important in growing this brand because, you know, it's been your marketing vehicle. Like basketball fashion has just taken off in the past few years. But how has like basketball like influenced the brand? You brought up, you grew up playing, you still play here and there. Like, does basketball ever play a role like in like whether it's the design or the functionality of like the things that you're working on?
Yeah, the design. Well, first it's like the approach of how I treat design. It's literally like practice. Like I'm putting in this amount of hours, so the reward should be this eventually, you know?
Yeah.
So getting that mindset down, but yeah, like all the technical aspects of like when you're playing in a game, you know how you have to run this play a specific way or else it's not going to work. I treat that the same way as design. Like if this specific button isn't in this specific position or this pocket doesn't lay the proper way, then it's not going to give off the full vibe, you know?
That's what I respect that so heavily. It reminds me of when I first started styling Miles Turner. I sent him like some designer's name, and I was like, "Oh, like look, this designer commented on your Instagram post. That's a good look for you." And he was like, "Bro, don't tell me these designers. That'd be like me telling you our playbook." And I was like, shit, maybe I don't know basketball as well as I do. But it's so cool that you can literally compare running and plays in basketball to developing these pieces. Like you have like both sides of this coin down pat.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like just sports and creativity go hand in hand. Because it's almost like you have to be competitive as well. Like if you don't want to be the best, then why are you doing it, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. I kind of see that.
I know you almost feel like you're the best stylist. Like you have to feel
there's a while you can't do anything unless you think that you're the best or you're on your way to being the best.
Well, you can't do anything at the highest level if you don't feel like it.
Dope. I think before we head out, Joe has a reoccurring question that he likes to ask every guest.
Yeah, I wanted to get your take on this. We used to do these back when we were like really heavy with the interviewing, but I wanted to know your top 5 best dressed in the league. So like if you had to pick 5, like a starting 5, but it doesn't have to be position based. But if you had like to pick 5 best dressed in the league, who would you pick on that 5?
Top 5 best dressed in the league. Just anyone?
Just anybody.
Yeah, anyone.
Yeah.
Shay.
Duh.
Okay. Good fit.
Well, okay. Of course, I'm gonna say Shay and Nikhil, but I'm just gonna remove those.
That's valid. Like, yeah, let's do top 5 that you're not family members with.
Devin Booker.
Yep.
Solid.
JC. D'Angelo Russell.
Ooh, I love that pick. Love that pick.
Well, let me go on the page.
That's what I have to do too. When people ask, like, who do you think is the best dressed in the league? I'm like, this is my job, and I still have to like open Instagram. I'm like, oh yeah, D'Lo's fly.
Jalen Green, just because I like the risk that he takes.
That's fair.
Yeah, you gotta be pretty risky to wear some mesh shorts and vintage NASCAR tees.
Relax.
The last one. Yeah, the last one I would say CP just because he keeps it true to himself.
Who was the last one?
Chris Paul.
Oh, Chris Paul.
Seems like Chris Paul makes everybody's list, and I'm happy with that one.
Yeah, me too. Especially some North Carolina shit too.
Relax.
Well, yo, thank you so much for tapping in today.
Of course, I appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah, my boy.
Appreciate it, my guy.
And
podcast.
Say it one more time.
You're killing this podcast, episode 48, right?
Yes.
I think I said 47.
47.
I was gonna say.
But you know what? We out here. Numbers don't even exist. It's just shit that men made up.
Oh wow.
Yeah. All
right. Thank you so much, my boy.
All right, man.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Peace. Yo, go follow Survival of the Fitted wherever you get your podcasts. And then have 3 of your friends follow the podcast. And then have 3 of their friends follow the podcast. And then boom, it's the LeagueFits pyramid.